This is from Chapter 11, 1B, and this is exercise number 3. We are going to be looking at the multiple production department factory overhead rate method. So we're using more than one department. I immediately can see I have a pattern department overhead of 165,600. I have a cut and sew department overhead of 276,000. My total overhead is 411,600. If I were using a single plant wide, I would grab that total number and divide it by, say, the direct labor hours. But we're not. We're using multiple departments. So we're going to be looking at this question. It says, Home and Farm Glove Company produces 3 types of gloves, small, medium, and large. The glove pattern is first stenciled onto leather in the pattern department. The stenciled patterns are then sent to the cut and sew department, where the final glove is cut and sewn together. Home and Farm uses a multiple production department factory overhead rate method of allocating factory overhead costs. The factory overhead costs are budgeted as follows. So we have our 2 departments. The direct labor hour estimated for the production of the department, pattern department is 2,400, cut and sew 3,000 hours. So our total direct labor hours. Again, if we were single plant wide, I'd take the 441,600 divided by 54. We're not going to do that. We're doing it by department. So we're using the production department overhead and the products. We're going to do some simple division. Let me go ahead and go over here and we'll do that division. So I'm going to take my 165,600 and I'm going to divide that by the 2,400 here. So here's what I'm using, these 2 numbers, and that equals $69. For this department, I'll take the cut and sew. I'm going to divide that by the 3,000 hours. That's $92. So now I have my rates of 69 and 92 respectively. So I can go ahead and put those in. Check my work. Okay, so we're good so far. Now, use the 2 production department factory overhead rates to determine the factory overhead per unit. It says that the pattern for the small glove takes a half an hour, and for the cut and sew, it takes 9/10 of an hour. So I'm going to take those rates and multiply, or those amount of time consumed, and multiply times my rate. So for the pattern department, I'll take my $69 times 0.05. That looks like $3.45. Then I'll take the $92 times 0.09. That's $8.28. So that's how much I'm going to allocate to each. So let's go ahead and we'll plug those numbers in. I have to combine them, sorry. So now I can add those together. And that equals $11.73. That's $11.73. And you can see our answer is fine. So we would do the same thing for the medium gloves, where for the medium gloves, we would take our rate times the amount of time consumed in both departments and add those together to come up with medium glove rate. Large glove, we take the amount of time consumed for each department times their rates, add them together to come up with a large glove.